welcome to the first vlog that I am attempting to make. I have never been successful as a vlogger, but I'm hoping that this time it sticks and I can do it. Today is Tuesday. I wanted to start on Sunday, but it just didn't happen. There's been a lot of stress with my family because I am currently living with them because my home, which is on the lower level of their house. So it's kind of like a duplex situation. They live on the first floor, I live on the bottom floor, or will live on the bottom floor. It's being renovated and we're building it from the ground up, essentially. And the builders that we hired many moons ago keep on messing up. They keep on making really expensive, awful mistakes that can be avoided easily. So my parents are very stressed out about that. I'm also sad because it's just taking more and more time to finish, and I am separated from my books and separated from my things, and I am squashed into like this tiny little extra bedroom of my parents. So that was the stress, and that's why it is Tuesday and not Sunday that I am talking to you. But it is absolutely heavenly outside. Like, so perfect, like 68 degrees, sunny with a slight breeze. It is like, oh my gosh, like if I could fall in love with a day, it would be this day. And I think tomorrow is going to be just like it, maybe a little bit warmer. And so anyway, I am planning on going to the grocery store to get some ingredients to make a great cookout either tonight or tomorrow. I love cooking. I've always loved cooking. It is along with reading and gardening and painting, is one of my passions. So, man, I just sound like an old grandma. Gosh, I love to garden and cook and read books. But I really do. Like, my hobbies are just that of a 70-year-old woman. And you know what? I have come to terms with that, and that's fine. So I'm gonna stop chatting at you. Welcome to the first vlog. I am going to go to the store, and as I drive, I think I'm gonna take the long way and go to a grocery store kind of like in a long ways away, the grocery store in the town that I used to live in, which is about 40 minutes away. I'm going to go there because it's kind of like a comfort store for me, and I also want to be able to drive a long time and listen to my audiobook, which I am currently really enjoying, and I will talk to you about all of my reading updates later. So yeah. Hello, it is much later now. I am in my PJs. I'm eating a stroopwafel. And I just wanted to talk to you about some of the books that I'm reading. I think I'm reading I'm reading 4 books at the moment, and today I listened to my audiobook. It's called The Empire of Pain, The Legacy, The Dynasty. I think it's The Legacy of the Sackler family. And it is a nonfiction book. It is about opioids and the Sackler family, who is the family that owns Purdue Pharmaceutical. It's a drug company, and they created the really addictive painkillers that are on the market, and it is really fascinating. It's really an experience for me because I'm listening to this book, I'm reading it, and the majority of the time that I'm reading it, I'm actually in a lot of pain. I suffer from chronic pain, and so this book is really fascinating. It's read by the author of the audiobook, and so he's a good author. He's a good reader as well, like a good narrator. So I'm really learning a lot. It's a great book. So yeah, I'm a third of the way through it, maybe. I'm not listening to it sped up. I'm listening to it on normal speed. Just because it's a nonfiction book, for some reason it's harder for me to like focus if I speed it up. I'm not sure why that is. I think just because it's like a lot of facts that I'm processing. I am going to go and write some more because my sister has asked for me to send her updated pages of my project, and it is taking me forever to do them, and I want to finish them tonight because tomorrow I don't plan on having a lot of time to write. Tomorrow is cleaning day, and I'm going to do some cooking, and there's going to be a lot of construction downstairs as well. So hopefully tomorrow will be a really good day. I will see you guys then. Hello, welcome to Wednesday. I am up and I am dressed and I have showered, and that is all that I have done. It's about 11. I really don't feel well. My limbs are very weak, my heart is racing, and I feel a little sick to my stomach, but I have a lot to do today. Well, not a lot, but I would like to get a lot of stuff done. I definitely need to clean. It's my cats scratching. I definitely need to clean up my stuff, and my room is a disaster right now, and I definitely need to do some more writing. And I also want to get through a few chapters of this one that I'm reading. I am buddy reading this with a friend, and I'm pretty sure he's ahead of me, and I feel bad because I told him that I'm a fast reader, and I'm realizing now that I'm not a fast reader. So I want to catch up to him on this so we can talk about it. And I will of course talk to you about it as well. But I'm going to take some medicine, drink some water, and hopefully start cleaning here in a second. Okay, so I am in the car. I came along with my mom. She wanted to go grocery shopping, but she also wanted to bring the little buddy, and he needs somebody to sit in the car so that he doesn't overheat. You know, just to be safe and everything. There he is. Smile, Jaeger. I am currently going to be reading as I sit and wait Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I am in the middle of chapter 4, and I'm not disliking it. I'm not sure how much I'm liking it yet. This wasn't really on my to be read list. It was not on my to be read list. I wasn't super interested in his work. I know people like really love him, but it wasn't pressing on me at the time. But I have a friend who I was talking to, and he was like, I haven't read a book in like a year, and I was like flabbergasted because he is an author. He has self-published 2 novels, I think, and is working on a 3rd one, and I was like, how can you write books if you don't read books? So I was like, you need to read more, and I will read a book with you. So I suggested a buddy read, and I was like, I will read anything. You know, like, I will read the back of a ketchup bottle, I will read a biology book, I will read high fantasy, sci-fi, anything you want, nonfiction. And so he was like, okay, and he suggested this one. Actually, he suggested Brandon Sanderson, and I was like, cool, anything in particular? And he was like, I have no idea where to start. So I was like, well, I've heard that Mistborn is kind of what he personally recommends, like the author recommends you read first. So I was like, let's do that one. So we picked it up, and I just need to like get cracking. I'm just reading other books that are more interesting to me right now, and so when I reach for something, this is not what I'm reaching for. But that's okay, you know, I'm just gonna be a little bit more vigilant about reading these chapters because I do want to read them with him and talk to him about it, because I love talking to people about books. Obviously, it is my obsession. So yeah, I'm gonna read this. First, I'm gonna take off my sweater because it's like really warm in here. Poor Jaeger, he's so hot. What a baby. Hello. It is now the next day, and I'm drinking my coffee, eating my toast, which incidentally I have just rescued after falling jam side first down onto my desk. So it's a good start to the day. It has gone from a bright and gloriously 70 degrees, which was yesterday, to a very miserable, not quite 50 degrees and raining day. I actually like rainy days a lot. I think they have their own beauty, but it is the 5th of May, and we've had like maybe 3 sunny days of spring the entire season, and I'm ready for it to just be warmer so that I can be outside more. But we will take a day. If it comes to us, we'll take it. But I am going to try and edit a video and do some writing, because my critique partner, which is my sister, who is my sister, has been bugging me about not sending her pages for her to read. And I do want to finish my project. I've been working on it on and off for about 9 months, almost a year. I think a year? I think in June it will be a year, so like 10 months. I don't know, I can't keep track, but I've had like this idea for a book, but I'm also like crippled by self-doubt, and I'm pretty sure that I'm terrible at writing, so I just spend my time reading other people's books instead. Yeah. Edit and write, lots of computer work today. But I also might just sit here and look out the window and drink coffee for the next 12 hours. That's also an option, like a choice of mine that I could make. Okay, so my computer just crashed, which means that I have to wait for it to reboot, and that's annoying. I went out to the mailbox and I have 2 packages, and I'm pretty sure they're both books because that's the only thing I buy. I don't want to show my address. Apparently that's like an internet no-no, right? Don't let the people know where you live. So obviously I ordered these myself and I know what they are, but I don't know which one is which. So it's still somewhat of a surprise. Oh, it's small. Thank you for purchasing and happy reading. Oh, it's cute. I forgot that I ordered this. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It has gilded gold edges and a leather cover. Selected poems by Emily Dickinson. Oh, this is my new treasure. Sorry, I was interrupted. My mom came in and we had to talk about garden things. But anyway. Can you just... Selected poems by Emily Dickinson. Can we... Ugh, she's a beauty. Look at her end pages. And I did get this used, like I purchased this used, I think off of Pango Books. It's either Thrift Books or Pango Books. I think it was Pango Books, but she said it was brand new. Like she bought it, or it was like a gift, but she never even read it. Like you can tell, like the spine hasn't been cracked yet, so. And also the, like the cover, it's embossed with red foil on the flowers. So happy. I almost didn't buy this. I was like, I mean, like I've read like every single Emily Dickinson poem. Do I really need a copy? Yes, I needed a copy. And it's so small. It's cute. Okay. Next one. This could be one of two books, and one of them I need for book club, and the other one I just need in my life. So, Candace, thank you so much for ordering your book. I hope you like it as much as I did. Love, Catherine. Catherine, you are a sweetheart, and thank you for supplying the world with books and giving your old books new homes. That's always important. Okay, it's hardcover, so I know what it is, but so excited to get into this one. So this is a book. Ooh, nice cover. This is way more beautiful than I thought it was going to be. Okay, The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. So this is a nice book. I've seen this book everywhere. And I need this book because my book club that I am going to go and start, my book club that I'm just now starting, I guess. Not starting. Just beginning to attend. Okay, so I haven't gone to a meeting yet, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm going to start going to meetings. That is at the end of this month, and this is the book for May. It is a thrillers book club here in my city, and I don't read a lot of thrillers, but the thrillers that I have been recommended by other people that I know are good, I always enjoy, but I don't typically pick them up myself because I feel like I'm not knowledgeable enough about the genre to know like what is a good thriller and what is not a good thriller, but my sister recommended this book club because it's run by her friend, and I follow them on Instagram, so I trust their judgment. Anyway, I'm really excited to read this. It is a locked room mystery set in Paris, obviously, in an apartment, and that is all I know about it. And you know what? I love going into books not knowing what they're about. It's like opening a present that you don't know what is inside, but you know it's like given to you by somebody who loves you and who's gonna like get you, and so you know that the present's gonna be good. Sorry, my nose is running because I was out in the rain. I feel like I'm snuffling on camera here. Anyway, those are my two things. My computer still has not booted up, and I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes. Friends, I wear on my head this twisted, damp bath towel and these mascara-stained eyes to prove to you that I did indeed perform a societal obligation this evening to actually bathe my body after 6? What time is it? No, 7 hours of video editing. I am like a half human. Everything takes twice as long as I expect it to finish. And yet I am so exhausted. Oh, birds, we're tired. Yeah, so I'm going to probably try is the definitive word. I'm going to try and read some of Moby Dick, which, although it is a classic, is not my chosen classic of the month. So every month I've been trying to, this towel looks utterly ridiculous. Every month I've been trying to reread a classic that I really enjoy, or I have enjoyed, I'm sorry, in the past, whether as like a really little kid or a young adult or whatever it was, and just because the world is a really difficult and scary place, and sometimes you just need those small joys. So I'm rereading a classic every month that I have enjoyed in the past. Yes. And I decided like a week ago that I was going to go through Sense and Sensibility again, but I'm still reading Moby Dick. I don't want to say I am disliking it, because that is not entirely true. I am disliking portions of it, and I am really enjoying other portions of it. And I feel like I should publish a Candace's version of this book that just takes all of my favorite parts of Moby Dick, and just those parts, and sticks them in, and just kind of like throws everything else out the window. The stuff that sounds like a whale anatomy textbook could really, like, we could just throw that out, just in the bin. That would be fine. So we'll try and get through a few more chapters of that. If my eyes do not take kindly to that task, which they really might not, I will instead just listen to my audiobook, which is, like I said before, The Empire of Pain. And I ate a bowl of cornflakes over my keyboard like a hobgoblin, and that was my dinner, so I might do a nice little after 9 snack. Not quite a midnight snack, because I rarely make it up that late, but, you know, late night snack. Good night, my dear friends. I will see you in the morning. Hello. It is once again Tuesday, and it has been a full week of vlogging. I'm not sure if I've done a good job of vlogging. It is my first time, so try to be a little forgiving if it's a terrible one. I did want to close off the vlog. It's been a week. There was a few days I did not film because I was not feeling well. But I did this past weekend finish 2 books. First book was this one. I found this in the classics section of my library, and I had never heard of it before. This is The Optimist's Daughter by Eudora Welty. It is a really short one. I think it's like it's less than 200 pages. Yeah, 180 pages. It's an easy read. It's not difficult. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It explores concepts of like loss and death as an adult. It's set in the American South in like the 1960s, I would guess. I actually am not sure, but it felt like the 1960s, maybe late 1960s. And it is about not a young woman. She's kind of portrayed as a young woman, but she's not. She's like in her 40s, and she kind of moved away from the South, but is now back because her father is having surgery. And she is the optimist's daughter, and it's all about her time returning back to the South, seeing old friends, seeing her father and his relationship with his new wife, who is not her mother. And it's really interesting. It's easy, it's very subtle in its themes, it's subtle in its tone. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I'm not really sure what I'll rate it yet, but it was a good one. Let's see, the second book that I finished this weekend was The Empire of Pain by Patrick Keefe. It was a nonfiction book, and it is all about the Sackler family, who is about 3 generations of the Sackler family, and they are the people who owned Purdue Pharmaceutical Company, who kind of manufactured, I wouldn't say created, because opium has been around for a while and opioids have been around since like the beginning of time, but they created the first pill form opioid that was available through prescription, probably like the first in modern America at least, and it kind of kickstarted the entire opioid crisis, opioid epidemic in the United States from the early 1990s all the way up until current day 2020s. And I learned a lot about this book. It's not really a book about the opioid crisis in and of itself. It's definitely about the family members and all of kind of like exposing them, because they never really were known. They weren't well known for the longest time. Nobody really knew where they got all their money, or that they owned Purdue, or that they were like the people behind the opioid crisis. So this is kind of an expose about them and their lives and how they kind of met their demise, and that was really interesting. It was a sad book because, well, I don't want to go too much into it, but opioid use and opioid disuse and disinformation is very close and personal to me, mainly because of my chronic fatigue, chronic pain, and chronic illness that I deal with every single day. And I have a lot of experience with opioids, I guess you could say. Aside from that, it was a very good read. It was very informative. It was a little one-sided, but I knew that going in, and so I was really able to read that with that in mind, and that did not bother me. And I thought for a nonfiction, as far as like investigative journalism being turned into a book, I thought it was really, really well done. It was well paced. Nothing got confusing. It got a little bit slow in the middle, but these things happen. I think I probably am going to give it 4 stars. So those are the 2 books that I finished. Yeah, those are the 2 books that I finished this past weekend. Besides that, I took a really long drive today because I'm in great amounts of pain, and distraction driving sometimes helps with that. So I drove around for like, I want to say 4 or 5 hours. It was really nice and sunny actually, and so I filmed a little bit of it actually, so you can kind of see what I see when I'm driving. Last night I could not sleep because I'm an insomniac, and that's the way things are. And so I spent a good long while reorganizing all of these books on this shelf. You can't really see because my chair's in the way, but it's a great, it reaches my whole arm span of books. These are not all of the books that I own. But as I said in my last video, I am in transition. My home is being built, and so all of my books that are not here are in storage. These are ones that I have purchased or been gifted in the past year, as well as a few favorites that I kind of pulled out of my boxes before I put them into storage. As far as those few things, that's all of my updates. I hope this vlog has not been too cringy or boring or just laughable, but that it was enjoyable. And I hope that I get better at them, because I don't think this one is going to turn out well. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope that you are enjoying the small things around you. So I'll see you next time. Stay beautiful, people. Which I know you will.